Hey, so I've been playing Avowed for about like 15 hours so far, and I want to share my thoughts on it. As a big fan of the game's like universe in terms of like the Pillars of Eternity games, and I just overall think that the game is pretty good, but it has like a few flaws that really bring it down from like a perfect 10 out of 10 score. So basically, the main premise of the game is that you're a godlike, which is basically someone that's been blessed or cursed by like, a god, as you can see through their appearance, and you're an envoy of the Adirian Empire, and you're basically sent to the Living Lands to investigate a strange plague known as the Dream Scourge. Now, obviously, I can't comment on the full story as I haven't completed it yet, but I've been enjoying it so far. I like the premise, and I'm very intrigued by it of discovering who I'm the godlike of, and I like the companions too, especially like Kai, because he's like voiced by the same actor that played Garrus in the Mass Effect games, and I've liked the quests, like the side quests have like some decent choices in there. There's some like unmarked quests, and I liked how there's like some decent choice and consequence for like a lot of these quests. But there is a bit of an issue with in terms of like some choices you can make that I will address like later on. In terms of general combat, I felt it was overall solid, and I mainly went for like magic and firearms for my playthrough so far, and I find that the most satisfying as like the melee combat is like serviceable, but the spells overall are very like varied in terms of like different like applications for them, and like the guns feel very impactful, especially with like your charge shots. And I feel like the enemy variety is a bit unbearable. Sorry about that pun, but anyways, I like the movement as it feels rather like fun to move around in the game, especially when you're like dodging opponents' attacks, which is what I mainly did in terms of like avoiding like attacks. And I like parkouring around and like climbing on the rooftops of like the cities in the game. And in terms of like the exploration, I have to say is like pretty well done too, because like you're always finding like these secret little like unmarked quests, as well as solving these like little like environmental puzzles like your magical elements, and you're finding like all this like unique loot, which I especially love because unique loot is something that I feel like studios like Bethesda have like been avoiding, and I wish they would add more unique loot into their games. And Obsidian does this with its more handcrafted environments, which are also very beautiful, I might add too. All right, now on to like my flaws with the game, starting with like the choice aspect, which I talked about earlier. In terms of like you're not being able to kill a lot of the NPCs outside of like maybe a few like specific story choices in terms of like you attacking them, right? But this is like something that they've done in like Outer Worlds, so I found it a little disappointed they didn't like implement this into this game, as I feel like it might have been like maybe a budgetary thing, and I don't know why they didn't add it in. So I feel like I have to dock like a point for that because it was in their previous game. All right, so another issue with like choices is that a lot of the like attribute checks and like the dialogue doesn't seem to have any real impact in it that some of the regular checks would have, and it's kind of like how I would describe like Cyberpunk with some of its attribute checks like leading to like some of the same situations. So it's like an illusion of choice thing. I'm not too sure if it's like for all the choices, but for some of the like a lot of them like so far it's been a little disappointing in that aspect. And then the combat I've heard so it gets a little spongier later on in terms of like you really needing to like upgrade your gear, and I think Obsidian can tweak that aspect of the game as they have already with like a patch I believe they released like a day or two ago, right? So hopefully like that can get patched, but I have like some issues like in the dialogue choices and choice and consequence with like reactivity in the world. Now, if I was to give this game a rating, I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10 score, as I find the game to be really good, but it's lacking some features that really bring it down in terms of like what it could be and what the studio has done in the past. But would I recommend you for you to try this game? I would say yes if you have like Game Pass or if you get it on sale, because I think like, this game is perfect at around like the $40 to $50 range. Like if you get a discount at that level. But if for the $70, I think you can like wait a little bit for like the developers like tweak the game and for you to like get a discount on it. Okay, so those are my thoughts on Avowed. If you have your own thoughts on the game, please put that out in the comments, as I would love to hear what you guys think about the game and like the Pillars universe as a whole. And like and subscribe if you liked what you heard, and I'll talk to you guys later then. Bye.